this is Alana LaRue and this is my week 17 update. Yes, week 17 because I haven't updated in ages. I am coming to you from outside my flat, so hopefully the sound is okay. As you can see, it's a beautiful day here in London and we don't get many of these, so I decided to make the most of it. I will add all of my weekly history down below, but I can tell you that this week I am coming to you at 102.9 kilos, and the conversions I will do along the bottom here because I haven't done them yet off the top of my head. So I wanted to take the opportunity to do a tag. C. Jane Shrink tagged me to do a follow-up to Rachel Rycreate and Lily VSG's post-op rules for weight loss surgery patients. So I'm going to run through what my rules are. So let me start. I eat 60 grams protein as a minimum. That's not what my program set. They didn't set a specific gram goal for protein. They just expect you to have protein first, protein at every meal, and about 3 ounces or so of protein in each meal. So I am vegetarian, so I get my protein mostly through dairy, some through tofu, soy-based products, some through beans, some through lentils, but dairy is my primary source. So to get my 60 grams, I do have to supplement with a shake. So I either have a premium protein shake or a hot protein coffee in the morning, which I make with my protein cinnamon Danish flavour protein powder. Coffee, hot water, dash of milk, makes a good cup of coffee. So I have that in the morning, and that usually gets me between 20 and 30 grams, which gets me off to a good start. I usually have at least one yogurt based meal, and the yogurt that I prefer is Skyr, which I think is the Icelandic yogurt, which tends to be even higher protein than Greek yogurt. So that's the one that I go for. I think it has 11 grams of protein per 100. So I usually have that either with some chia seeds or with, if I want a treat, I actually crumble up half of a flake or a twirl bar into my yogurt with a little bit of sweetener in it, and it's delicious. So I have that, and then for my main sort of lunch or dinner, I usually either have something that is lentil based, bean based, or tofu based. And I find that gets me over the mark. I don't watch carbs religiously, although they do tend to be a trigger food for me, so I do watch them in the sense of not getting carried away. I keep my carbs under 100 grams a day. That's not super low carb or anything like that, but it just keeps it in check. Fat-wise, I'm not particularly fat-phobic. I don't particularly get the low-fat items. Some I do, if it's going to lower the calorie count. Fat fills you up, and you don't have to be quite so scared of it. So I'm not too worried about that as long as it's within my calorie count. Calorie-wise, I have about a very changeable sort of number. On a good day, and certainly sort of the last week, I've been tracking about 850, 950 calories. Before that, I was going through a bit of a rough patch, and I was having 1200 to 1500 calories a day, and it just felt like it was getting out of control. So I actually had a phone consultation with my nutritionist last week, and we talked through what was going on and, you know, sort of where those calories were coming from. And I have cut out a couple of things that had snuck in there, like Grey's cocoa and vanilla protein flapjacks, which are amazing. And if you do want a sweet treat, you know, there are worse things you could have, but they're not something I should probably be having every day because they're 250 calories. and they don't necessarily fill you up very much, so I needed to cut that out, and also serving sizes. So just going back to the rules really, and those rules are a small meal, you know, try and keep it to a small bowl, slightly bigger than a ramekin, small mouthfuls, mouthful every minute or so, so I'm slowing it down, and putting the spoon down between mouthfuls definitely helps. All of that sort of slowing that process down and actually trying to process whether I'm hungry or not has all helped. So I'm back down to about 850, 950 calories. I would be okay being up to 1,000, 1,100 even, if I need to, because I was getting pretty tired, and I am now going to the gym, so I do need a little bit more energy, but certainly not where I was going at just under 4 months out. I drank a minimum of 64 ounces of water a day. Generally I'm getting about 75 because I have 3 25-ounce bottles of water a day, and I spread that out. Usually I get one in along with a coffee by about 11 AM, and then I try and get another one in before I leave work for the day, and then a third one in the evening. Obviously a bit more if I am going to the gym, but that tends to be what I do, and I don't count any other liquids as part of my water intake, so it's 75 just on water, and it seems to work fine for me most days. Exercise is a pretty new thing for me. I didn't do any exercise for the first 12 weeks, I want to say, and then just in the last sort of month or so I've got into it. I know in the last video I said that I hadn't been to the gym yet, and I really needed to. Well, it still took me another couple of weeks to actually get going, but now I am going regularly, and the rule that I've set for myself is don't go to the gym more than 2 days in a row, so that I don't sort of burn out, because I have a habit of doing that, but equally don't miss more than 2 days in a row so that you get out of the habit. So maximum 2 days in, maximum 2 days off, and that seems to work pretty well. So it averages 3 or 4 times a week, and I'm doing like a pre-couched 5k program at the moment. So I've worked up from 20 seconds of running, 2 minutes of walking, to I'm doing now 45 seconds of running with 2 minutes of walking in between. I'm doing thus basically alternating that for about half an hour. And the idea being that once I get to a minute of running, which I should do in the next sort of 2 weeks, then I can start the proper Couch to 5k program, because I've signed up for a 5k in November, so let's see how that goes. It's all very new. So I just want to say thank you to Rachel Create, who created this with Lily VSG, and a big hi to CJ and Shrink, who tagged me for this video. Hope everyone's well, and I will try and do a proper comparison shot next weekend, which is when I will officially be 4 months. Look forward to seeing you all soon.